killer instinct.
What's up, folks? Max here, and I'm once again at Double Helix Games, joined by Rich, the community manager over here. What's up, dude?
This is Richard.
This is Richard, and we're playing some Killer Instinct. And a lot has changed since the last time we were here, going over some of the new characters. Thank you guys, by the way, for giving me the chance to show off some of this crazy new stuff, because this girl is absolutely freaking nuts and kind of changes a lot of the dynamic of what I understand and where you guys are going with KI, because she seems like she has a ton of mobility, right?
Yes, ton of mobility. You'll notice off the bat that this character has a double jump. She's got this awesome backflip backdash, which is probably the largest backdash in the game right now. And you see some pretty cool mix-ups just from the jump alone.
Oh wow!
There's some cool stuff that can also come out of the double jump as well, like doing it as low as you can towards the ground, so you can this kind of short jump.
Nice.
If you would. You could even there are instances where you can time it well, and you can get this really short jump just off the bat, but that's probably going to take a little bit of practice and some lab time.
Yeah, getting used to a double jump and like its mobility is going to be definitely. Holy crap! You've already blown my mind. Okay, so yes, this Sadira is kind of nuts. Can we go over just really quick her special moves, like kind of one by one, and what they're pretty good for?
Well, I think before going that, there's some cool command moves. We made sure to focus.
Like command normals, right?
Command normals that are attached to each one of the characters. And for anybody tuning in at home, if you're noticing anything different, this is basically we just put on an infinite life mode right now.
Yeah.
Same with the meters. So her command moves. First off, first launcher.
She has a launcher.
Yes.
Straight like old school Versus series launcher, it looks like.
And don't get me wrong, there are other launchers in the game. Jago has his sword attack, but hers is just off the bat. And what's nice is that there's this, there's a stored jump so that you can pursue immediately after. I think it's not part of her command moves, but I would say that it's part of her trait is that she can actually chain from the air. So you can do light punch to middle punch, you can do light punch to middle kick.
So kind of similar to what Saberwolf does on the ground with like this stuff,
yes.
She can do in the air only.
Mm-hmm. So her formula is actually really straightforward and simple. It's light, medium, and then you can do a special.
Gotcha.
So in this situation, you can do that, or here, let's show off one that connects.
Is that like light punch, medium punch?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, she's got the air combos. Let me show a corner combo.
Holy hell! So you probably do stuff on the ground there too. Oh my gosh.
And another addition to her command moves is out of the air, you can do down middle kick, and it hits. And the coolest part about that
looks crazy ambiguous.
Is that you can follow with an auto double. Auto double, just look at it as an opener. So
it's technically an opener.
You can do a link, special or anything that you.
And that was down MK in the air.
Yes, down middle kick.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there any other regular command normals she's got?
Command normals. It's just this, and then you got your down middle kick, and I would throw in there her trait, which is being able to chain.
Yeah, chain in the air. Show me her throw really quick, because I keep seeing when you guys are playing, her comboing off of her throw like an awful lot.
So her forward throw is very similar to her back throw, just a little bit of distance change between the two, so you're going to have to make sure that you're on point with your combos. But her forward throw, bam!
Wow,
combos.
okay. So the KV obviously builds up very fast when you do stuff like this, but you can get pretty good damage just off of her throw.
Absolutely.
So she's kind of like Chief Thunder in a way, where she can combo kind of naturally off of throw.
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty cool. So how about her specials? As I was seeing a whole bunch of different references and stuff in the trailers. Let's go over like kind of her basic ground specials, and then she definitely has air specials, since I saw that before.
Yes. So first move is quarter circle forward punch. Really great move. Has great mobility, and the cool part about this is that it has a few frames of low invulnerability.
Gotcha.
For those guys that just love to press like a down middle kick.
If you jump up and hit the ground, I'll do a low as soon as you hit the ground. And yeah, it totally beat it.
It'll stuff it out. So even in a situation like that where we both pressed it around, the same time, it did beat it out, and it acts as an opener.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's kind of her big go-to. That's like the Jago wind kick of Sadira in a way. Okay.
I mean, it's so. Everyone's probably gonna think like, oh my gosh, like it currently beats out lows right now. Obviously, everything is still under the microscope, but it's not the safest thing in the world. You
Okay.
know, you're not an advantage to just keep on spamming, and we're trying to regulate that.
It's being tuned and is always being tuned right now until the game comes out.
It's always funny too, especially before the game.
Then it's kind of crazy. There's I've been noticing playing the older characters I know from the previous builds that stuff has been changing like pretty drastically over the builds for now. So
and we'll try to cover as much as we can. You know, especially
Cool.
now there's a ton of cool new stuff people will see.
Nice.
But to finish off on her quarter circle forward punch, let me kind of show you. And of course this.
oh my god, official command list reveal.
We are showing this off this way for reference for anybody that wants to frame step a lot of this stuff. It's cool to have people recognize the names. So you have Blade Demons over there. You have all these different moves.
And I think if anybody's asking, there's like startup active advantage on hit. There'll say 0 right now, but that's like frame data that'll be added later,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
So
and the reason that's not there is because you guys are still tuning it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So
She had like a spin kick as well. Was that like an uppercut? Oh, it's an opener. Okay.
it's an opener, but the heavy version does flip him over immediately.
Okay.
And the thing here is it does give the read or look that it's an anti-air, but you
Yeah.
have to be on point. It's not something that comes out immediately. This is basically used to kind of beat out other normals as well. So
I see.
you know, this would have a similar type of property to the spin
Gotcha.
or circle forward punch, but this time around, it's really punishable.
Gotcha. Okay.
So if you
that
block
one,
it, you can
that
jab
one's
or you
pretty
can special.
risky.
Yeah, risky, but I mean the risk reward is basically like, hey, did I get you to press a button at the same time?
Okay.
And boom, I can hit you for it.
How about her aerial specials? Or is there anything else on the ground that she has?
That's basically it.
Just
That's
those two?
all that
Okay.
she has on the ground, and don't forget her command moves. You know, for the forward heavy kick.
Gotcha.
But moving on into the air, you know, basically the first character that has air specials.
Yeah.
And let's show off the Widow's Bite. So the Widow's Bite is quarter circle forward, and depending on the punch that you do, you know, it has its own unique properties.
Oh, so they're different per like angles
Yes.
and
Not
stuff
just
like
for
that?
trajectory, but just different properties in general. So if you do the light punch, drops you immediately down. Like this is a
Wow.
great. It's great for combo pursuits. So you can do this in the air, hit the ground first before he does.
Oh, okay. So they use that one to kind of keep them airborne while you land first.
Exactly.
All right.
And if you would block, like, let me show some cool pressure. Like, just,
Yeah.
Like, it would mix them up so I could get a low, or I could even do that and wait a little bit and get a throw, and then I
Gotcha.
could pursue him in the air. The-
she's gonna be crazy when she's jumping in at you, man.
well, the next one is probably my favorite, which is the middle punch version.
Okay.
Which is, she throws a fire, but she has an added jump. Now, to regulate the spamming of things, we made sure that the only move that you could do is a normal afterwards.
Oh, okay. So you can't like more air fireballs and stuff
Yes.
like that immediately after. Okay, so you're kind of limited by one special move of this
Exactly.
type in the air.
Yes.
Okay.
And that's with the exception. Sorry, I showed off the.
I was about to say, was that the heavy one?
That is a heavy punch.
Okay.
Before the exception that the middle punch one has is middle punch. And what I want to show is kind of the usability of the middle punch. So imagine the situation like this. Boom, I jump over. Oops.
Holy hell.
Went too far ahead. Went too far ahead. But let's go. Let that skip. I can cross up and go on the other side.
Holy crap.
And
Okay.
It's pretty cool, you know, so a lot of mix-up game when she's in the air.
She might be, maybe, well, it's funny how I think Saberwolf has amazing mix-ups on the ground. Like, he's a dominant mix-up character in this range, but she seems to do the exact same thing, but in the sky.
Yeah, very similar thing, but you have to think of the situations where, you know, when can I use that? It's going to be hard to just do it off the bat. You need to be able to put some pressure, and that's where the early one came into play, where you have that. So you can basically force this and force them to block, and then start to mix
Gotcha.
them up
Keep
and
them
do
under
crazy combos.
Keep them under pressure. So,
Yes.
do characters with kind of like anti-airs, like big anti-airs, like Saberwolf's Giant Eclipse or Jago's Tiger Fury, do they kind of like beat her out in a lot of those situations, or is it just kind of like about spacing and
It's
timing?
all situational. So
Okay.
depending on how low I throw from the ground, it picks how high I actually jump.
Okay.
So me wanting to stay safe in a match against Saberwolf,
Yeah.
I'll probably want to double jump and then do it.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's cool too because she could do it really close to the ground. You know, with just some practice, you can learn how to do it like right off the ground.
Wow, okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's gonna have tons of uses and more fun to be had once.
It
you
looks
practice.
like the majority of the time you'll be playing Sadira. If you're playing her really effectively, will be spent in the sky.
Yes.
Like jumping around.
Absolutely.
The heavy one did something different, like it pulled you in.
Yeah, let's
Whoa,
move
okay.
on to the heavy version. So yes, it's really, really straightforward. It's, you know, the projectile actually leans, it has a farther trajectory.
Okay.
So rather than the one that shoots straight down for the light, this one goes out.
Covers more horizontal
goes out and
space.
about.
All right.
And, you know, it complements her throw where you could do this and follow up in the air.
Wow, that kind of looked like an air ender.
Yeah.
In a way, so it kind of
does,
treats
yeah.
treats it in a way like that. Okay.
But, you know, it's basically utility, you know, from an air to grounded opponent is let me catch you whiffing a move and boom, I can hit you. Now, off the bat, you probably think like, why wouldn't I just do that the whole time? So if you could, Max, just
Yeah.
block. I want to show the recoil that happens. So basically, when I bounce off, you can punish me. I can do normal. Don't get me wrong, but in a situation like you already knew off the bat, like, hey,
yeah, I'm gonna do something.
I can
okay.
do something to beat it out.